Hello everybody, welcome to today's stream. We are racing for the here in Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix. It's a very challenging track and I'm sure these drivers will be up for the challenge. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the season so far. I know I definitely have. We're on round 4 now of season 7 and the past few races have been absolutely brilliant as a commentator. As a driver, maybe not so much, but plenty of late drama, plenty of overtaking, plenty of great racing to be seen. So, I do apologise, I do have a cold, so if you hear me, you know, coughing, sniffling, anything like that, that's why. I will sound very nasally for the, you know, for the whole stream. But we move. I'm feeling well enough to commentate, and I really want to commentate just because I love this league. So I just want to be part of it, and yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I do. So, haven't got any invites as no, tell I do. I'll join now. I would do the lap, but I think it's better to just join the lobby now, get in before anything else. And once I get in, I'll talk about some of the storylines coming into today, because there are a few. So, main storylines coming in. Dennis, also known, hang on, where is he? I can't remember his PSN, but Dennis, one of the Dennises, has been given a 2-race ban. So he's a Aston Martin driver, teammates with Max Mulder. He's been given a 2-race ban after he was involved in an incident between him and the championship leader, Jensen, who's in the Mercedes. The incident, if you don't know it, it was... how to explain it? I think it was Jensen and Dennis were going side by side. Dennis on the outside, Jensen on the inside, and as they came out the corner, Jensen basically said, no, this is my position, kept his line, which forced Dennis off track, and as Dennis came back on, it looked like he steered very heavily towards Jensen, which ended up causing Jensen to go into the wall on the other side of the track. Luckily he didn't retire from the race, but his wing was gone, and it really set him back far, like through the field. So he's been given a 2-race ban for that, and it now means that driving the Aston Martin will be... well, it says Dennis, but he won't be driving today. We've got 13 drivers at the moment. Might get some joining mid-quali as we go into qualifying now for Melbourne. Another story, Ivan Brito will race at Williams. He's already got 2 SRL seasons under his belt, and he's making his return. He's going to be replacing Liam Hill, who will be moving to a reserve position. And yeah, I've been given the updated sheets as well to show that. So thank you very much to the SRL league owner for that. Excuse me, just going to quickly mute myself so I can blow my nose. So, let's get ready for qualifying, shall we? So, the drivers will be applying their setups now, and they should get 3 runs around here on 3 lovely sets of soft tyres. As we see, Mercedes garage there looking busy. That's Jensen, who will be coming out. As we look also further down the grid, there's an Alpine coming out the pits. And I think those 2 will be the first 2 to come out of the pits. Now, spoiler alert for people who weren't here and didn't watch last time's race, which was the USA Grand Prix. I'll get the let's put these standings up. There we go. Yep. So Last time out for the US Grand Prix, Logan won his first race. Hang on, let me get stuff up quickly. Okay, there you go. So, yeah, Logan heading them out, and Logan got pole position and the win last time out. I made the stupid prediction, I remember, of saying that he'd finish only in the top 5, but it's definitely wrong. He was led in dominant fashion and he won the race by 10.4 seconds, even though there was a fairly late safety car. Behind them though was Alexi and Sandro, and that was the top 3 from last time out, but Logan winning his home race as well. Must have felt great as well to finally get that first win in his first season. It's been a hell of a rookie season as well for him, and we look towards the championship. And at the moment though, Jensen still leading the championship with 56 points, followed by Logan with 44, Ren with 40, Alexi with 33, Dion with 25, Max Mulder with 22, Sandro with 22, Nick with 12, Robin with 12, and finally Jurt with 10. But we're going to watch this man here, Logan, on his lap. It's the first thing I've actually done this game around Australia. This was a league racing. I haven't raced around here, I haven't commentated any races around here, so this will be a little bit interesting to see how the drivers deal with certain parts of the track which, you know, were quite notorious. And I was about to say about that chicane being very notorious, and there's already a car crashed out there. That's Dennis. That's unfortunate there. His qualifying hasn't even really started and he's already out of the race. So out of qualifying. In fact, we'll go with some Max Mulder here. We'll see where he's gone at. Yeah, he's lost it on the curb. He's gone to the wall hard there. That's a shame for the Alpha. And he will be starting from the back of the grid. The car's been recovered as... Oof, that was close. Logan going, well, all sorts of places other than on track there. But no validation, luckily. And on this low fuel first lap, use as much curb as possible. Through the final corner. There's another one out. Joe's out. As he crosses the line, we're going to quickly flick over to... There's one's only one here. It's the same way again. He's got into the wall. Big time. In the same exact place. Jensen on the mediums. Interesting. On the mediums, 122.3, so he's prioritising strategy. Jesper with a 123, followed by Ren with a 122. Then it's the Ferrari of Sandro. What can he do? Gets into P5. Behind him. Into P5 goes... Let me get the demo. And there's Jensen's teammate also on the mediums, but he's invalidated this lap. And Dion, though, behind him, looks valid. Don't know how fast it is though. Sounds like he was going quite low revs there, so he might be charged up for a second lap. So, to be fair, 123. From the sounds of it, he was in quite low rev. Unless that was just to help him with the exit of the corner or something, but not too sure there. I think that might be Logan out of fuel. Maybe not. There was yellow flags in that sector, but yeah, now it's low fuel probably. Or he's just getting out of the way of the guys who are actually on their lap. Max Mulder going straight into the pits. Anyone actually on a lap? Oh! Oh, a bit of a moment there. That was Louis. I need to remember his name. Got a blank actually for a couple of the names there, but I know that's Louis. Ooh, he gets loose again, but that might have just been him getting out the way of the Williams, who's on his outlap. And that's Ivan, starting his first lap. And saying, yeah, he's a returning driver, 2 seasons already under his belt in SRL, but he's back here now, driving for the Williams team, see what impact he can make in this qualifying session. As Alexi starts another lap on the mediums, hasn't set a valid lap so far. That looks a little bit interesting. Camera angle was a bit off actually, that corner there. I thought they could do it a little bit better, like for the turn 1 and 2. Just got ball with him here. He heads to his treacherous middle sector. So first sector that is. Let's go through here. We'll quickly check up on Jesper. He's very off on his lap. Ivan though, in the final sector. Oh, spins it! And he's into the wall. Luckily, he hasn't killed the car, but oh, he's wrecked his lap though. And he's only got an end plate in terms of damage, but that won't help him. He's going to have to move out the way for Alexei, but Alexei's invalidated again. They've got a couple of drivers actually on their outlaps. In fact, the two guys that are currently on our lap are probably going to both come in here. Yeah, both drivers coming in then. And leading these guys on the outlap for their second run is Jensen. Jensen though, onto the softs this time, so maybe he was just testing the pace of the mediums maybe. Let's see how Jensen does here then. You know what, we'll go for an onboard lap. We'll see what his lap looks like then, shall we? Right, down the home straight we go then. Into turns 1 and 2. Very easy to invalidate through these corners here if you mess up, but he's got it nicely done there. Exit of 2. Bit of a long run down towards turn 3 here. Turns it nicely though. Through 3 into 4. Passes Nick. As he goes off track to let him through into 5. Can I say that's 6? But then into the next right turn there, followed by a nice little left-right, quite smooth little section there. He's got purple in that first sector, it shows. Heavy braking now into this corner. The curb could spit you off, but he hasn't done there. Runs against the wall here, that reverberating as he gets so close to it. Goes for a wide entry here, turns in, nicely done. As long as he doesn't get onto the curb here, he should be safe. And he does get onto the curb, but he doesn't spin it. Class here from Jensen. Heavy braking into this 90-degree right, followed by another right into the final 2 corners. A lot of time can be made or lost here if you go too deep in the corner, but he's made it the apex perfectly there. He's going to prioritise the exit, clips the curb a little bit, uses the curb to his advantage again, and this could very well be a pole lap here. And it is a 120.6. What a lap there. 4/10 quicker than last time out's race winner. Very good lap there. Watching Ren. He's a 10th and a bit up. He might go a little bit quicker, or might go even quicker, I should say. Trying to get past Jesper, looks like he will. But will he get past Logan as well? No, he doesn't. He's still a second off the leaders. Wow. The pace of the leaders is absolutely insane. A bunch of drivers now starting their lap, including Jensen's teammate Alexei there. Max Mulder, where will this lap put him? Puts a P4. Respectable lap there, respectable lap. I'm sure he'd be happy with that one. Battling amongst the main guys. However though, there are still 3 drivers who have not set a lap yet, which is Alexei, Ivan and Nick. We look further back though towards Dion. 2,000s up on this lap. Will he get past Jesper though? No. 5/10 quicker, to be fair, but he's still 2/10 off of Jesper. And Williams now of Ivan on his lap. Bit on the edge there, so there's the track limits. Ooh. I know you want to get slipstream there, but he's maybe he's messed up his corner there just by trying to go for the slipstream, or he just brake late, but it's not worked out the best for him. And now Logan on this lap Can he respond to Jensen? He's got to go 4/10 quicker. Can the American take provisional pole on this lap? He can't. He goes he goes 4/10 quicker, but he's still 23 thousandths off. That we could be in for a hell of a title fight this season between these two. They're untouchable in qualifying. 1.3 seconds is the gap. 1.4 seconds. Sorry, between Ren and Jensen. There's 1.3 seconds between Logan and Ren. Slow car in the final sector there. Jess brought his out lap. Dion though coming towards the end of his lap, but he's 10 seconds over, so he won't really be much of a worry. And then Ivan coming straight to the pits, will probably fit a new set of softs on, then go out for another lap. Let's have a look at Jesper here then. Super 2 goes 6 tenths quicker into P6. Sorry, tell a lie, he was P6 already, but he went 6 tenths quicker, but his lap was invalidated, so we'll watch this lap though, see how he does. He doesn't look quite smooth. He's already up 400ths of a second, and he's invalidated it. He's gone just a little bit too deep on the corner. Hopefully he's got enough fuel to do another lap, or he'll pit this lap, fit a new set of softs on, and then just go for Hail Mary. And now Neat coming out after his teammate crashed out, and this may be the last race we get to see this lovely, in my opinion, white Red Bull. It's quite a refreshing looking livery. I love the fade as well on the halo like that. I love it. I know a lot of people criticise it, but I just think it looks absolutely class. But of course, once the I think the next update comes out, well, they'll be adding the new Jeddah track, which I'm quite intrigued. I know there's a lot of controversy around Jeddah, especially the location of where it's at. Which, I mean, hello F1, they go to plenty of places that are like that, but as Nico validates his lap, it's a shame there. But I'm really intrigued. It looks like a really interesting track. Looks quite a fun track actually. Maybe not for racing. It's kind of like a Hanoi final sector, but everywhere. But it looks quite interesting. Like I could see myself spending a lot of time going around it, just trying to find those, you know, little fractions of a second. You know, it looks like quite a satisfying track once you get everything right. And there is Ivan on a fresh set of softs. Let's see how he does then when he comes back round to start his first lap. He's one of the few drivers to be actually out on track at the moment. However, I'm expecting like a late surge of drivers to come out and do their final laps on a fresh set of softs. However, of course, by then the field's going to be quite condensed. There's going to be quite a lot of drivers that are going to be out on track, so it may not be the best time to do so. But everyone's got to get a lap in. Track evolution is a thing on this game, so with the more rubber being laid down, the quicker the lap times are towards the end of the track as Jesper crashes out. Oh no, we'll switch to Alexi once he comes up to the side of the crash, but it's going to be like everyone else. That's the third driver to crash out there. Oh, he's in the middle of the track there. But we'll watch Ivan here. He's got no lap cars or no slower cars to get in the way, and he's backed off. Why is he backed off? He didn't invalidate. He's got no teammate to give him a slipstream, so I don't know why he's backing off like that. I am much confused. He's got... wait, what? No, it says he's got purple. Yeah, I think that might just be because he hasn't set a lap yet. However, though, we'll look at Jensen here. Oh, yes, again, just about out of the way. That's what the yellows were for. And he's already quicker. He's almost a 10th quicker on this lap alone, but he's backed off because he's got in. Sorry, he's invalidated the lap. That was a very quick first sector, though, unfortunately, before he just pushed it too hard into the corner. and it caused him to invalidate his lap. What about Alexi though? Has he invalidated? He already has, yeah. Oh, hello. Red Bull coming out. That's Nick. Who is that blue car? That is Ivan. Ah, here we go. Right, let's see if Ivan can do something here then. It's been his first valid lap, unfortunately, but it's not a very flattering one. It's 14 seconds off. Let's see what he can do here. Nice and safe through turn 1 and 2. Let's see what he does here. He just keeps going deep into that corner. Oh, that's a strange one. Ren's crashed out there. Of all places. Let's say yes. Oh. Oh. Looks like he's got it like really crossed up or something coming out of one of the corners. Unfortunately, that does mean that a couple of drivers are backing off their laps, which could mean that Jensen might have to. Okay, the car's despawned. It's gone straight back to the pits, so Jensen will be safe here. And I imagine he's just gone into the curb and it's just sent the car. He's a 10th up? What? Logan, I hope you're seeing this, mate. The guy that's in front of you is absolutely blitzing this. Maybe he makes up more time here, maybe he doesn't, I don't know. Maybe this is sort of Jensen's sector, but he's still a 10th up though. He hasn't dropped any time. He's gained a little bit more. Not much, but any sort of gain is a good gain. Gets the yellow flag through here. Oh, the slow cars in front of him. He should be able to either get past them or won't have to really deal with them. Jensen though, we've been on board for most of this lap, and this could be furthering his pole position. It's a 120.4. A great lap from Jensen, the reigning champion. And the championship leader with asserting his dominance on track with a brilliant lap. Can Logan respond though? This is his final lap for him to do anything. It doesn't look like he is. He's still on 100 ERS. He's not even using his ERS, is he? I mean, he's still got P2 either way, but there's a bunch of drivers now retiring in the pits to end the session quicker. Still 4 drivers who didn't set a lap. Actually, let's check up on Neek. Is he validated? No, he's not. He's still valid. Looks like a half-decent lap on a low fuel run. As long as he keeps this valid, he will start, I think, P9 because of Ivan's lap being 15 seconds off as he goes deep. But he still should be okay. Maybe P7 if he's lucky, but I'm not sure. P7, yep. Who else hasn't finished their lap? Logan, but Logan will go straight to the pits. He could have crossed the line, so they would have ended it quicker. But still, though, your pole position man here is IFR Jensen. Oh god, I really do apologise about this. Sorry. Bet they're gonna love editing this video down for the race recap to see me fucking sniffling all the time. Anyway, though. There's confirmation, Jensen, fastest lap of the race. So fastest lap of the session, followed by Logan, only 2/10 off, but then look at the rest of the field though, 1.6 seconds off for Ren and Max. Then it's Sandro, Jesper, Nick, Dion, Louis, Ivan, Dennis, Alexi, and Jofi. Sorry, Jur. So those drivers, of course, setting no time, which is just a bit off, isn't it? I mean, you do have to ask as well. Like, do the drivers think I must go all out, or are they thinking maybe just put a bank lap in first and then try and go for it? But it's interesting that Jensen went out on the mediums first time round. Him and Alexi actually both did. They went for their first laps around the track. So unless they were maybe saving a set of softs or something, I'm not too sure exactly on that. Be interesting to see what they say maybe after the race or something, just to sort of clarify, you know, what the thought process was. Maybe just to see what the mediums are like around there, because it's I imagine this track's probably quite bad for tyres. Maybe, I mean, it's quite it's not very, it's quite flowing, I guess, with a lot of corners, but quite high speed corners. So I'm assuming like you have quite a bit of scuff on the tyres, which of course increases the wear. I don't know how abrasive it is as well, just if it's like a Bahrain or something, or if it's something a little bit smoother. But we'll find out during the race, as we'll also find out what drivers are starting on. It looks like a lot of people on the softs, however maybe towards the back there might be some more mediums. And there we go. It is only Louis and Alexei who are starting on the mediums. Imagine Alexei and Jensen are actually in a party, so hopefully they're working together here. But what we're going to do now is we're going to do the grid rundown. So, pole position is Jensen, the championship leader, looking to elongate his championship lead even more. Followed by Logan, last time out race winner. Ren, who's having a pretty good season so far, third in the championship. Followed by Max Muller, Sandro P5, Jesper in P6, P7 is Nick, P8 is Dion, P9 is Louis, P10 is Ivan, P11 is Dennis, P12 is Alexei, and in P13 is Jer. So, anyone in chat, anyone watching, what are your predictions for the race? What do you think the top 3 is going to be? Just don't make my stupid predictions. I think personally, what you're seeing right now may be the podium. However, I do think that a lot of positions will be decided by track limits. It's a track which, you know, often, unfortunately, sort of encourages the cars to go off a little bit wide sometimes. And from my previous league races, I know it's quite almost notorious for the track limits side of it. So, but also from the leagues that I've been in and commentated on, this track has always provided great entertainment in terms of late safety cars and stuff, because of the people, of course, you know, crashing at that fast chicane. It's definitely something which, you know, can be a bit of an issue. The reason why I said top 3 will be the same is just because I thought about Alexei maybe trying to change things up a bit, or maybe with one of the Ferraris doing a good strategy, like Dion or Sandro, because Sandro did that last week as well. However, only thing I will say though is that the pace is so different. I think the battle's mainly going to be for P3 rather than P1, just because we saw in qualifying how quick the leaders really are, and yeah, I could be completely wrong, and I hope I am, because I want to see a battle for the lead. But we'll take what we can get. So we go on board with Jensen. 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's go, go, go for the Australian Grand Prix. Towards the back, the Red Bull's spinning up, but the side by side into the first corner. Jensen loses the lead. Logan with an insane start gets into P1 before they've even hit the corner, and Red spins. There's a huge crash on the back. Oh, huge crash. Red's out. Ivan just drives straight into the side of the Haas, and there's a VSC, but that's going to get upgraded, and it does, to a full-on safety car. And we haven't even made it through the first sector, and we've already got a safety car. This is just like the USA. We get the pit stop strategy, but that's going to be out the window now, because we've got a safety car. Soft, medium, soft, hard is what it's showing, but I imagine some drivers might try and go soft, medium, just for the one stop between the two much softer compound tyres. But oh my god, that was a huge crash. I don't know what Ivan was doing. I don't know if he just didn't see the Haas. I'm surprised I mean, from the view it looked like he had a fairly clear sight of him, or he didn't have enough time to react, or maybe like there was someone on the other side of him so he couldn't, you know, really turn away. But it's resulted in Ren, who had a great qualifying, he's had a great season so far. But my prediction's gone out the window, because that top 3 is no longer going to be that top 3. Ren is out of the race. I'm surprised that this man, Ivan, is not out of the race, because that was a huge impact. I'm surprised that hasn't taken off his wheel. But more importantly though, Logan, the championship contender, the one who's been fighting against Jensen this whole season, is now in the lead, and he will be in the lead much more then Jensen, because Jensen is now in the pits. Has he got damage? Don't think he does, because that was a very quick stop. However, he's gone straight onto the medium tyre. And now look, a bunch of drivers pitting. Ivan pitting. Alexei pitting. Jesper pitting as well, but is that Puncher has he got? As new wing going on to Ivan. New wing coming on to Jesper. And Alexei. They're all out on a fresh set of mediums. Will they be trying to take this to the end, or will they be looking to pit again, maybe for a set of softs towards the end of the race? If they save that, maybe set of softs like the Mercedes did, then they could have a very good chance. Sandro being the last car to come out the pits. Well, after that, your top three is Logan, Max, and Nick. However, though, Jofi making up a bunch of positions. In fact, let's have a look at the position change. And there you go. Look, that Jofi. So Joe up 8 places, but both Sandro and Jensen down 7. However, though, I would put that more down to the fact that they pitted, rather than, of course, pace being a factor. And Ivan not moving any positions. He might have, capitalised off the fact that there was a huge crash. However, unfortunately, he was one of the unlucky ones who was actually involved in the crash. But there you go. There's confirmation. Only 6 drivers on the softs. The rest of the field on the mediums. Highest placed medium driver is Louis, as he started on them. It'll be interesting to see what strategy is then for these drivers. And of course we will find out later on in the race. But we'll start on lap 3 of 29 on the safety car. Once Sandro catches up this lap, it should be in, and then we'll be going for 26 laps around this Australian Grand Prix. It's funny actually, the first safety car wasn't where you'd actually expect it. I know lap 1 can be a bit of an interesting one around here, but yeah, I'd love to see what happens. So if you don't watch them, I'd suggest you do. If anyone's watching the stream, it'll be interesting to know what happens. They do SRL upload race recaps. They've done basically one for every race this season so far, and what they often do is if there's a big incident, they will actually show the clip of what happened. They did that last week when Joe had his big crash with one of the other drivers, and yeah, I'm assuming they'll do the exact same thing for race recap for this Australian Grand Prix. We'll get to see what happened from, Ivan's point of view, from Ren's point of view, and anyone that was actually involved. But I don't know if he spun on his own. It looked like he sort of almost got turned into the wall, or maybe just spun his tyres up or something. But we're focusing right now, though. Safety car in this lap. Sandro joins the back of the field. Now, let's see what Logan does here. Warming up the tyres now, frantically trying to get temperature in so they don't go straight on near enough at the turn. He's the same behind the safety car here. Be interested to see when he decides to go. A little bit of lag there, but hopefully he'll be in fairly soon. Here we go then. So, waiting for a while. He's gone now, and he's absolutely left them. They all started bunching up, and now it's too wide. Into the corner we go. Nick getting past Max Mulder there, I think. They're still side by side. Looks like they've all gotten through though. They're still side by side, down the straight they go. Logan's been so Logan's just catapulted in front. Max though getting past nicely. Max could be up for a podium here. Of course, you got the 2 Mercedes drivers A fairly fresh set of mediums just behind. As we look here, Jensen. Oh, side by side with Jensen. Oh, there might have been contact. I don't know. If there was, it wasn't hard enough to give any damage or cause one car to turn around. He's right on the back of Jur. His dirty air won't be helping him. But he's going to take all of that slipstream. Ooh, as long as Jur gives him enough space. Good racing from these two though, giving each other enough room. Just about as Jensen sets it up the inside. I don't know if Jur backed out of that one. It looked like he might have done. Yeah, I guess when you're inside like that as well, you know, if you go side by side and when a car goes wide, then it could be very negative towards your race. Look at Dion though, fairly close to Alexi here. And while Alexi's going to try and find a way past Jur, as Jur looks at a big mistake there. Dion will be trying to find a way past Alexi. A bit of a lock up into that corner. Seems to be a lot of the non-ABS guys are struggling a little bit through that corner. We saw Ivan earlier sort of go off and straight on at that corner. I don't know if it's just because of the nature of the corner or something, or I don't know if it's like a trail braking one, so it might be quite difficult for the non-ABS guys, but I'm not too sure. I don't drive non-ABS, but Ivan, first penalty of the race, there's contact between Jur and Alexi there. It looked like just normal contact. Don't think he would have got any wing damage for that, maybe a little bit of damage or something to the wing, but hopefully it shouldn't be too detrimental to the car. It shows that at a track like this you need to have all your wing. With these like high speed chicanes and corners, it's so needed. And now Jensen looking for a way past Louis, and Jensen charging his way up the field here. Nicely done from the Brit. Now Alexi, once DRS gets enabled, he will be loving that because he can just fly on by Jurors. Logan set the fastest lap of the race. The trouble is, the longer this goes green, the more of an advantage that he's going to be taking. We'll see how those falls there. I don't exactly see what that was. Maybe something to do with the Ferrari, but I mean, Sandra's still going and Dion's still going, so. Alexi though, getting so close to Jur. He just sees that icing on the cake as Dion spins in the background there. And he's going to wait for all the cars to pass by. Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Ferrari man. He was closing on Alexi, but it looks like he's just dropped it on the throttle. And so look at this, so side by side, there's another bit of contact. Alexi and Jur so close. Oh, it's getting really close here. Hopefully he hasn't got any damage. We'll have a look from the outside view, see if he's just check if he's got any damage. Dion spins again, but I think that might be just because he's got hot tyres. Looks like he's flat spotted by something as well. As we look up towards this battle here though, Alexi trying to get past Jur. It's just not working out at the moment. That's the issue. Again, if he gets DRS, then he'll be more than happy. Oh, and Jur's into the wall, big crash, and Jur's out! Oh, huge crash! The contact wasn't even that big. That might be a safety car. I doubt it will though. Even though the car's parked on the apex there, it's not really any debris or anything. I imagine that's going to get cleared. Ah, oh, such a shame. Such a shame. Jeremy's running quite well there. Even when I was looking forward to that battle between him and Alexi, but yeah, again, the track claims another. Let's watch Sandro here, but we'll look up towards the front here. Nick though, a nice little P3, however, he's being chased down by Jensen as much as he's chasing down Max, and he gets a penalty there. Oh, there's some mistake there from Ivan. I saw a blue car going slowly. and it turns out it was, in fact, Ivan. Is that Sandra going up a deep there? Ivan might be trying something here. He might go for a little bit of a cutback, get a better exit. Oh, what a move there! And he set up that move perfectly. If he's able to get the overtake, there's no contact, but some great racing though. And what a return here from Ivan. I know the race hasn't been very good, but that racecraft there was at the top shelf. And look at this. We'll go up towards the leaders in a second. We'll watch this overtake being done. Or is it? No, it's not. Do any of them go deep? Not quite sure from that angle. It's quite hard to tell. Can Ivan get around the outside though? He struggled this corner in qualifying. Can he get it this time round? Does he lock up? Does he go wide? No, he doesn't. And both of them make the corner quite nicely. Sandro, though, great defensive driving. Parks the car on the inside and says, that's my position. There's yellow flags. It's Dion. Dion spins. He's on a Valtteri Bottas. As Dennis drives past, but he's lost a bit of wing. Luckily, he hasn't lost everything. And he's luckily still in the race, but no doubt he'll be frustrated at the situation. As Nick overtakes to Peter. Look at this, it's a 3-car battle here for second place. And Max goes down 2 positions. He was in second earlier, but now he's in P4 on lap 8. Nick though, can he hold this position? He's got a very quick Jensen behind him. However though, Jensen on the mediums, which at face value you'd say is, you know, the worst tyre. However, a 8 lap, oh, hang on. An 8 lap old soft tyre compared to a 7 lap old medium, there is quite a bit difference in that. Sorry if I mute myself, that's just because I'm like sneezing, so I don't want to blow the mic out. But Jensen ran the outside, almost contact. Jensen though, he's going to stick the car there, he's a little bit, oh, he's got a little bit loose there. Oh, it's so close. See these two, as Max getting a penalty now, and Jensen amongst these guys is the only one to not have a penalty. We'll go on board with Max to watch this battle from his point of view. I'm sure we'll be getting the popcorn out of this, right? Just a good exit from the look of it. He's going to start closing on a Nick. He's going to have the DRS for this next one as long as he stays behind him, doesn't get a warning. He should be nice and dandy. He's going to get DRS open. Can he get the overtake done on Nick? Jesper getting a 3-second time penalty. There's contact between Nick and Jensen, but I think that was just racing. It's a contact, there was nothing. Malice in that. However, Dennis retires from the session. Could this be? It is, it's a safety car. It's a full-on safety car. And there's a 7-second gap. And now look at this, he's in again. It's for a set of softs. Jensen's in for a set of softs, a bunch of drivers pitting, and that's really messed up Logan here, because Logan was, I think, was past the safety car, sorry, past the pit entry by the time the safety car came out. Drama down under. That could be the title for this stream. We see the stricken car of Dennis as he leaves the session. No doubt frustrated with that. And now, if you finish the race, you're guaranteed points, so playing it safe may have to be the way to go if you want to pick up some easy points. But importantly, Logan will have to pit, and I don't know how many positions he'd actually drop. Because enough everyone except him and Jesper, I think it is, have, well, okay, Logan hasn't pit, Jesper has pit, but he pitted on lap 1, but then everyone else behind have literally just pitted, so in fact, was Alexi in the pits when it happened or not? But Logan though, he's gonna have to take it. He can go to the pits now. He might only drop 1 position, which would be Jesper, but Jesper might even pit himself though. Let's see how all this plays out then. He goes into the pits. Mediums go on, quick stop. Ran lead of the session. He was the first victim of the track. That's Dion overtaking. Just for the pits, it looks like Logan's going to keep the lead against the odds, he's kept the lead. I think the Delta saved him a little bit there. And Jensen is the pits again. What's Jensen doing? Is he on another set of mediums? He is. Strange. And he did start on the mediums as well, which is why I'm a little bit... Yeah, I'm confused actually there. Maybe he's going to try and take the mediums to the end or something, I'm not too sure. Again, I haven't got really any league experience around here, so I'm not too sure what the strategy is, you know, what the tyre wear's like, what tyres are the best suited. I mean, the game could say one thing, but at the end of the day, you know, as a driver, you can manage the tyres, you know, you can go for different strategies compared to what the game is telling you. Well, championship leader in P7 at the moment. Again, if you finish the race, you will get points, and for a lot of drivers, that that's gonna be it's gonna mean quite a bit. Interesting though how Louis the only driver on the softs. He was the only driver on the mediums for a while, and one of the few on the mediums, and now he's the only driver out on track on the soft tyre. So unless he's expecting another safety car, which even then he'll have to pit and no one else will, or that'll be a very small chance that someone else will. So yeah, interesting strategy. See what he could do though. I imagine the safety car will be out for another lap because Dion still has to come back around. But this rate though, it's been a good race, I'd say, you know, in terms of, yeah, the drama wise, but even racing wise, you know, we've seen some great, you know, three-way battles at some point, at some points, but, you know, it's looked very, very interesting actually. And yeah, if anyone's watching the stream as well, what are your opinions on the Jeddah track? You know, what does it look? How do you feel about it? I know a lot of people sort of joking and saying, you know, it looks like a deformed like butter knife or something, or looks like a sperm or something. But overall, though, I'm kind of excited for it. It looks a bit like a roller coaster ride. You know, add a couple of elevation changes into it, and you got yourself, you know, something that could go into a theme park. But overall, I think it looks quite fun. I'm gonna, you know, definitely look forward to driving this game. I don't know what they're gonna do about the season 8 for SRL. Don't know if they'll add in, you know, the likes of Imola, the likes of Portimao. I think they might have. No, wait, Portimao. I don't know no, Portimao I think was already out actually by the time that SRL was. So this season started for SRL, so they should be fine. And we're on the safety car as well. Just a quick reminder for the schedule for SRL. I do have that somewhere. I believe we are racing next week, F1. Yeah, so 13th of November, which is today, is F1 at Australia, and then next week we have F1 at Spain, and then on the 27th of November we have GT3 at Italy, which I believe, if we look at the calendar, is here. So look forward to that, but not as much as I'm looking forward to this, as a safety car is coming in this lap, and whoa, huge lag there, huge lag from Logan. Whoa, okay, that was interesting. Dion has not yet caught up, but I imagine by the time that Logan's actually gone, Dion should be here, or he should actually have a half decent run actually on Ivan. Let's see what Logan does. We'll go aboard with Nick to see what the leader does. He'll swerve a little bit and he's gone. Nick now, does he have any cars on him? No. He should be clear into turn 1, as long as he doesn't get sent though. Look at this though, Louis behind, trying to make a way past Max before turn 1. He's able to. Looks like there might be a position change towards the back there. In fact, it is. It's side by side. Jensen and Jesper. Jensen looking towards. So Jesper looking towards the inside of Jensen. Oh, there's no contact. Good racing between the two there. There's side by side between two drivers there. I think that was Max and Louis, but Louis on those softs though. The superior tyre definitely around this track. You will definitely want these tyres. and looks like he's closing in already on Neek, and I think he actually is already. And Neek, though, not really gaining any time towards Logan. Looks like maybe not as much as last time, but there's a spinner again. I think it's Neon, not Dion. Yeah, it's Dion. Ah, it's a shame. Race going for bad to worse with Dion there, unfortunately. Oh, look at this. So Jensen up the inside of Max. He's had to get the move done there, because if he tried out the chicane, then that'd be absolute suicide through there. Yellow flags again, it's Dion. And at this rate, Dion might end up being the cause of the next safety car. They have hot tyres as well, which is really going to hurt him. And let's see, will Jensen have the pace on these mediums to catch up to Louis on this soft? Louis kind of halted at the moment, however, I'm sure for the first sector, that's when we'll see him gaining a lot of time on the Red Bull in front of him. Here we go then. Down straight you go. 124.8 from Logan there. Good lap. On the that's on mediums as well. Imagine what it'd be like on the soft tyre. I don't know how quick the drop off is though on these softs. Always look at Louis though. Sent it up the inside. Ah, he sent it way too harshly though, because Nick's able to just drive underneath him and just say, "That's my position, bud." Ooh, he's so close there. I was supposed to dirty edge just to just take his rear end and spin it around there. Oh, so close. And Logan hasn't displayed as much as he did before. Dion, 3-second time penalty there. Multiple warnings. Louis though on the inside. Oh my god, I thought he was going to try and go up the inside there. This is high intensity here. DRS hasn't been enabled yet, I don't think. He uses the overtake, tries to go around the outside, there's contact. Has Nick survived it? He has. Ivan with a second penalty. So he's trying to get past Sandro. But Louis though, will he close in on Logan? That's what I'm intrigued about, or how much will he close in on Logan? If Dion spins and crashes, there we go, DRS has been enabled, which unfortunately actually for Louis, in a cruel twist of irony, Nick's now going to be the one that's going to be all over his rear end with this DRS. At least down the straight, so about the corners, you'll have to keep this, of course keep it within a second, which is too difficult to do. As Sandro going past Ivan there. I don't know if Ivan was off track there. It looks like he was quite slow at getting back to speed, so I don't know if it was either like a big send or something, or he's made a mistake. But watching these guys over, even closer behind is Jensen. Oh, I was about to say we're halfway through, but it looked like there was contact between Jensen and Nick there. Oh, that's so close. Nick though is safe, he's done it. As in Jensen's done it. Through the final sector. Oh, look at this. Gives yellow flags, but this is what we're interested in though. Max on DRS, getting past Alexei. Can Alexei get any close on the brakes? Alexei should have DRS next time around, but I'm sure it was a warning, but that's definitely a warning for Max. The slipstream and DRS for Alexei. Can't get him past Max though. Max though holding position. So half the grid for penalties now. In fact, it is half the grid for penalties. And we'll quickly check what those penalties are. Six seconds for Nick, Max and Ivan, and 3 seconds for Jesper and Dion. That's the penalty situation at the moment. Oh, as we see Alexei get penalty, and he's out! Huge crash! Huge crash for Alexei. That's surely a safety car. It will get upgraded. There's a car in the middle of the track. You can't not upgrade that, and it is an upgrade. A huge crash. We caught it live. Oh, that was brutal. He got a penalty. We saw him get a penalty on that corner, got into the curb, and it just swashbuckled itself into the wall. As now more drivers into the pits. Louis into the pits. Jensen into the pits. Max Mulder into the pits. Wow. And now there's only one Mercedes left. And I believe there are no full teams left in the... There's only one full team left in the race, and that's Ferrari with Sandro and Dion. However, Dion, though, quite far back, he's going to go to the pits. And it'll be like the previous safety cars before, where it will probably take him a while to get back up to the grid. But a huge crash there for Alexei. It's the first crash actually we've seen there all race, that position on track. And yeah, we said this place would be would have a lot of safety cars, and it certainly hasn't proven us wrong. Logan, though, I don't think he's going to feel much pressure. I think he's confident in himself. He's definitely got the pace. You know, we've seen that in qualifying, we've seen that during the race, and his restarts are very good. You know, he hasn't been caught when he's done a restart. And you know, I'd love to see if they do the race recap as well. I'd love to see an onboard, of his start, because of course from that front-facing angle you can't really see the closing speed, but of course it looked like he actually got the position, or he's got past him, you know, before they hit the brakes, before they started turning in. So yeah, be really intrigued. Then again, if you want to see that as well, make sure you subscribe to the SRL League F1. SRL F1 League channel. They post content. Not only, they post what's called the streams, of course, that we do on YouTube. They also post race recaps, which I do enjoy watching, just because it's, you know, I like it. They do really good editing as well. Love the intro, and yeah. And if you want to keep up to the league, make sure you go follow SRL League on Instagram, where they post regularly about the league in terms of, you know, standings, race results, and any sort of stories that go on within the SRL paddock. So, two drivers on the soft tyre, being Jensen and Max. I'm assuming they know it's going to go towards the end. But interesting though, the guy that's been always on the alternate strategy finally sort of goes to the norm. However though, the bottom four on the grid all on very fresh tyres, so how will they deal with the guys up in front of them? And of course, as I said, those penalties definitely going to come into play as well. Three drivers who had 6 seconds. In fact, we'll just check them one more time. There you go. 6 seconds for Nick, 3 seconds for Jesper, 6 seconds for Ivan, 6 seconds for Max, and 3 seconds for Dion. Now, one thing that's going to definitely come into play here is the fact that, of course, with so many safety cars, it bunches up the grid, which of course means that there's less time between different drivers. So right now, if you were to say, you know, this was like the finishing order, someone with 6 seconds of penalties would probably go, well, last. Like, it would literally be, Jensen would go from P7 all the way up to P4. Like, it'd be insane. But speaking of insanity, we've got 11 laps to go of this race. Will we see another safety car? Who knows? Who will be the next victim of this track, or of the curbs, really, because that's what a lot of the crashes seem to be caused by. This time we'll go on board with Logan again to see when he goes, and in fact we'll use my controller to look backwards, look to the side, wherever we need. I'll use my controller to look behind as well, just as we can see the gap between him and Nick. Safety car goes in. And Logan now moves side by side, looking as well as possible, and he's forward it. It's a fairly decent restart. Into turn one. Behind. Now. Oh! Oh, that was close. Ivan rear-ended, got really loose there. Looked like he was going to do almost a direct copy of Ren there. And oh no, Ivan's gone all the way to the back of the grid. There's an end plate got missing off a car. There's an end plate missing. That might be off Max. Oh, Jensen is so aggressive. And Sandra, I think, was being pushed out of the way there from Jensen. That was a bit of a send. But Jensen needs this, and now look at this. Nick hasn't been dropped by Logan. Nick has not been dropped by Logan. Nick is keeping up with the man who's been the quickest in every session. He's dropping back a little bit more now, but this is important because if Nick can keep up with Logan and Jensen's able to catch up, because Jensen, look at this, he's on these soft tyres, he's all over the back of Dresper here. He's going to send it up the inside. Nicely done. And he's making this look almost easy. It's quite scary. We know Jensen's been up there in terms of pace with Logan. And unfortunately, I feel that Logan's made a small mistake here, because Jensen's now got clear air on these new tyres, and Nick with 9 seconds as well. So either way, Jensen's getting P2. That's not good enough. When you're championship leader, you want to further any advantage you've got, especially when you got the guy you're battling the championship with leading the race. He's got purple in the first sector. I think a 24.7 is the fastest lap so far this session, set by the man who's leading the race. But right now, that is looking in trouble. In fact, is there a lap time thing? No, there isn't. Okay. What do we want? 4 stops for Jensen. If he wins that, wow. If he wins this. There's still time though, still plenty of time for him to possibly win it. He's only 2 seconds off of Logan. And Jensen's got serious pace. Nick though holding his own quite nicely, but unfortunately this may all be in vain. Not only has he got the penalty, but just the speed of Jensen and that car with those soft tyres as well, it's going to be absolutely immense. A 24.6 set by Logan, but Jensen a 23.6, he's a second quicker. He was a second quicker that lap. DRS open. Louis with a penalty. Jensen all over the back of Nick, and he's got the move done. He's going to run him a little bit wide there, but he's fine. And now the charge is on. The races previous this season have been entertaining for different reasons, but the racing, the tracks, the overtaking, this one's going to be a little bit different. This one we're going to see a Hamilton-style charge for the lead. How many times have we seen Hamilton do something like this? Charging, you know, going for a different strategy, and him charging down the leader. We've seen him do it against Max Verstappen, you know, many times. There's only 3 drivers without penalty. It's Sandro, Jensen, and Logan. There's a spinner. It's Max. He's not out the session though. But Jensen already this lap though is so much quicker. I think he's got about 4 tenths quicker this lap alone. Dion gets another 3 second time penalty. There's a virtual safety car. What's it for? Is it debris? I'm not too sure what that's actually for there. No one should pit unless someone's got damage. Oh no, it might be Max, because Max hasn't got a wing. Max has not got a wing, so it must be for debris where he's gone off. And Max will pit, but he's just going to drop even further back, unfortunately. In fact, I wonder if the debris will be cleared up by the time that Logan gets hit, or however it may be going green fairly soon. In fact, he's picking up the ropes quite a bit there. Debris anywhere? Nope, not there. That's where he went off. So the game must have taken out the debris. Who will do this VSC better though? Jensen. The thing is, Jensen he's made up quite a bit of time under this VSC. He's got to be careful. If you go over, you get a drive through. No one has though. And Jensen, look how much time he's made up. Look how much time he's made up. It was 1.4 before, and he's made it. He sliced it in half. Logan gonna be feeling the pressure. And at this rate, Jensen's gonna win this. A true champion's drive. Replicating the man who drives the Mercedes in real life, Lewis Hamilton. A Brit in a Mercedes seems to work out in real life, and it seems to be doing very well right now for Jensen himself. Yes, the tyre advantage is definitely there, but of course once those softs start to drop off though, the pace should drop off quite a bit from Jensen. But Jensen though, he's got DRS, he's got the pace, and he might get the lead. They will have the lap car of Max to deal with. Jensen round the outside, could this be the overtake for the lead? He does it, round the outside. A great move from Jensen on Logan, and now he's just got to push ahead. If he can get out of DRS before the next DRS zone, then he should be safe. He should be safe. Those mediums are meant to go long compared to the softs, but the softs are made for speed, and right now Jensen's harnessing all the speed he can from these red tyres. It's a second at the moment. The detection zone was just there. He's out of DRS. However, Max has crashed. That's going to be a safety car. Will it be a safety car, or will it be a VSC? No, that might not be. If it isn't, I'll be extremely surprised there's nothing coming of it. And Logan will be livid with that. He needs a safety car. He'd surely want a safety car. But the car is going to get cleared. I don't believe it. I don't believe that. Jensen with a 23. Oh, what a lap. We're in the 22s before you know it. He's pulled a second and a half. What on? Wow. It's been an amazing drive. I know, yes, the curbs are the tyres definitely help being on different compounds, but what a drive. You cannot take this away from Jensen. He has done phenomenally well. And just when you thought Logan was going to run away with it, Jensen, the strategy worked out perfectly. He's done 4 stops. This is almost a Jensen Button-esque drive. When Jensen Button won at Canada, you know, he had the most stops out of anyone and still won the race. And sorry I haven't checked the chat. It's from an hour ago. Sam saying, hello there, sorry I can't be on the grid today. And Kamikaze Fox saying, Jensen Hamilton wins again. Yep, it is almost a combination of the two, isn't it? Jensen Button, Lewis Hamilton, just the way that he's gone about this. And as I said, this race, entertaining for a different reason. Yes, he had all the safety cars, but just watching this journey for Jensen. You know, from going for a really odd strategy, you know, I was puzzled earlier. I was kind of saying, you know, what was that for? You know, why was he pitting like that? Well, maybe he was predicting the safety cars. Maybe he's gotten a bit lucky. Maybe he's, you know, had this sort of planned out almost, and just going like, I know what this can do. You know, he's so sure of himself, dealing with another penalty. But yeah, wow, what a race. We're looking further back though. Louis, right at the back of Jesper. Let's see what he can do here. DRS zone may help him here. However, of course, once I check penalties. Wow. 9 seconds, 3, 9, 9. So 9 seconds for Nick, 3 seconds for Jesper, 3 seconds for Louis, 9 seconds for Dion, and then 9 seconds for Ivan. Oh, yellow flags. It is for Sandro. Sandro spins. Doesn't look like he's got any damage, but his tyres will be hot. You see, he's struggling to even get up to speed without the rear end stepping out. He's got to be careful for these next 3 corners here, otherwise he could spin it. as he is going quite carefully there. And he hasn't put it to the wall, so we stay green. With Jensen though, great drive, but again we'll look towards this battle here between Louis and Jesper. Louis on the outside. He's got the position on the straight. Can Jesper fight back? Nah, he's long gone before they've even gone to the corner. They both have 3 seconds as well of penalties, so they will stay in their current positions. However, though, if they do close in, actually no, I don't know if they've. No, I think they might actually. Louis might get P3 here actually. With Nick having 9 seconds, there has to be 6 seconds, so he'd have to be over 6 seconds behind Nick. So, as long as Louis stays within. Well, no, both of them would actually move up. So, Nick would be in P5, Louis would be P4, and Jesper would be P4. So, yeah, Jesper P4, Louis P3, yeah. Well then. I said earlier as well, so I think I said something about penalties earlier, so. Well then, field's going to spread out a little bit now. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the leader himself, Jensen. And so there's yellow flags, it's Ivan. Facing the wrong way. Spins it at 7-1-2, but he's got back going again. But watch the leader again though. As he starts lap 28 of 29. And he's so close to taking another win this season. His first win came in the first race of the season. In fact, actually, let me just check. Just check if this is. I think it's the first win. So I think this would be a second win. I could be completely wrong though. Let me have a look quickly. Actually, no, this might be his second win. I mean, third win. Oh, come on, sort yourself out. Right. So Jensen won round 1 of the season. Jensen won round 2 of the season. Yeah, so this would be his third win, sorry. Yellow flags, the left for the Ferrari there. Sorry, I was just making sure to check that out before I made a stupid mistake. Of course, much like most of the GP though, at any point they could mess up their race. Sandro pitting. Because there's so many places you could drop it, but I'd like to think these guys will be able to drive it fairly comfortably home. As Jensen Randall starts in the final lap of the Australian Grand Prix. It's been a great drive from Jensen so far, 4 stops. It's been a great season as well for him. Out of the 4 races, he's won 3/4 of them. If the flag went out now, which it might as well, because he's 2 seconds clear. It was an odd strategy at the beginning of the race. It left me honestly quite confused, but as the safety cars rolled in, he kept making pit stops, he kept trying different things out, and when the final safety car came out, he made the critical decision to go onto the best tyre possible around this track, the quickest tyre possible, the soft tyre. And he made it work. He charged up the field, some aggressive driving from Jensen. Hopefully nothing comes of it. Hopefully he doesn't get any warnings or penalties due to it. Didn't look anything you know, race ending towards another driver. It didn't look like there was any malice in any of the moves that he was making. But as these soft tyres start to drop off towards the end, though, he won't care. With less than a sector to go, he's 1.5 seconds clear of Logan. He's going to take the win, he's going to take the fastest lap. He's going to extend his championship lead now to Logan, making it more difficult for anyone to catch up to it. Jenson Randall rounds the final corner to take the win of the Australian Grand Prix here in Melbourne. Followed by Logan, a great drive from him, great pole position, but unfortunately it's not ended up anything really during the race. Nick, though, is going to take P3 on track. However, though, Louis should take P3 after penalties. And he does it, he's 2 seconds off, but Jesper, though, will get past. So, oh no! Wait, I think, I must have missed that. I think Louis got a penalty then. And Dion's going to come around the final corner then to take an on-track P6. And then, of course, much further back is Ivan and Sandro. They're going to finish the race, even though they're very far back off of the leaders. In fact, one of them being lapped by the leaders. They will still take this because they need the points in the constructors. And Ivan, a good return as well. He may have made mistakes during the race, may have had incidents, but at the end of the day, though, he survived. He's gone straight through, as I say there. He goes on track. Could not have said could have survived, or like he survived at any worse time actually there. He just you know, casually goes dangerously close to the wall, but Ivan will cross the line now to take P7 on his return to SRL. Nick getting on-track driver of the day. And there you go, there's confirmation. Fastest lap of the race by some margin is Jenson in P1, followed by Logan in P2, then Leek P3, Jesper P4, Louis P5, Dion in P6, Ivan in P7, P8, Sandro, P9, Max, P10, Alexei, P11, Dennis, P12, Jur, and P13 is Ren. Only 7 finishes though. Disappointing for 3 drivers, you know, not even getting to finish, unfortunately. Sorry, 5 drivers actually, Max and Alexei, also not finishing. But the drivers who did finish, they will take the points happily and move on to next week, which is Spain. Looking forward to that one. Should be good. It's not usually known for its racing, not usually known for it being an exciting track, but going off of this league though, I'm sure we'll get some entertainment out of it, especially this track, which isn't usually the best for racing. We still saw some great driving today, and I certainly look forward to it. Look forward to next week. I enjoyed today. Hopefully you guys watching did as well, and thank you for putting up with my ill voice. I shouldn't be like this next week, fingers crossed. Yeah, but I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, I look forward to commentating next week on the Spanish Grand Prix. So,